You're watching Authentic Stories on AGTV with Darren Roach.
Welcome to the show, if you will.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so your name is Melody, and you're just keep glowing. I love that. I think something in your tagline for your Instagram was what got me kind of really interested, and then all of your postings and how active you are on Instagram. I was like, you know what? I have to meet this person. Like, we have to have a conversation here. So, tell me about yourself. What's up? Who are you?
Oh, wow. What
I
is
know.
not up? It has been on a ride. I actually just finished treatment for cancer.
Yes.
So that was a huge, that took up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
What else? I am a mother of 5. I homeschool. I own a business.
Yes.
I do. Yeah. What is not up?
Right. Exactly. So tell me about your homeschool adventures. How long have you been homeschooling?
I have been homeschooling, I would say about, let's see, my oldest is 17. So I would say about 12, 13 years.
Wow.
It
I'm
wasn't
just
cool
newbie
when
at
I
it.
started.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
so we homeschooled here too, since COVID last year. And I have to tell you, it's been the most rewarding yet frustrating time of my
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
particular first year, to the point though where we're just not overly thrilled to want to put them back into school. So I think we're going to continue on with homeschooling. What it brought to me, and I mean, you'll be able to kind of comment on this too, but what it brought to me was, it not only brought my kids into a situation that they can learn from home, learn at the pace that they want to learn from, but
Mhm.
we also have like a homeschool friends pod. So we had like 4 or 5 families that we all connected with, and
Mhm.
we did adventures all year. Like, we were doing
Yeah.
2 days a week. We'd go on these adventures and take the kids outside on hikes, on beaches and finds,
Yeah.
what do you name it. And it was awesome for kids, but it was also awesome for me, because
Mhm.
it got me out talking to other adults and humans, which is
Yeah,
great.
it's true.
So
Yeah,
how's it
it
been
is.
for you? Like, do you do something like that as well?
Yes, I'm extremely ridiculous about going out.
Right.
We hike a lot. We are always out like in nature. It's a huge thing. I always feel like if you're in a bad mood, just get yourself in nature
Yes.
and it cures all.
Yes.
But my kids now, I have 5, so they
Yeah.
range from 17 years old to 8 years old.
Awesome.
So it's really neat watching, because when I first started homeschooling, I was against it, to be very honest.
Yeah, me
I
too.
was like, I don't want to be one of the weird people. I want my kids to be social. And then I helped out in classroom for like kindergarten or preschool. And I was like, you know what, I can do this. I can do better than this.
Yeah.
And ended up starting then. And it has been such a fun adventure, because when you see them get it and it clicks, there's just this rewarding feeling that you're kind of like, yeah, I helped. I helped that. And then you learn what their strong suits are or what their gifts are, and you're able to really nurture. Like, I have a daughter of mine loves to write. So
Right.
now I have her really diving into like master classes for writing, and she's, watching R.L. Stein, teach on how to write and how to make it suspenseful. And I'm like, to me, that's just the ultimate gift. Like, I can teach you how to live and how to be, but let me teach you how to learn too. And
I think that this is going to be a growing trend across the world, is
yeah.
homeschool. If the parents can work from home, we have our business, here, Authentic Ginger. We work it from home, so we're able to take the time aside for the kids in the morning and do what we have to do. And I guess at the same time, we're always with our kids, and
Mhm.
they're with us for so little time in the grand
It's,
scheme of it.
yeah.
So it's nice to have them. It's nice to have them around, other than just after school, and then after supper for a few minutes before they go to bed, right?
Yeah,
So it's pretty cool.
absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what
I
do you do
love
for
depositing into them.
yeah, what do you do for a business? What's what it is?
Well, I own 2, well, we started with 1, but now I'm at 2 juice bars, I guess, juice shops, raw juice, smoothies. We do cinnamon rolls. And so it's been an adventure during COVID, but
Yeah. Yeah.
It's at least I've got my second, and I've got plans for a lot more. So
Good for you.
taking
And
over the world.
where do you live?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And what's the name of what is the name of the restaurant or the juice bar?
Sweet and earthy.
What is it?
It's called Sweet and Earthy.
Sweet and Earthy. Wicked.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Sweet.
We have our little sweet side, which is all like the cinnamon rolls. We have breakfast sandwiches.
Okay.
And then we have our nice earthy side, which is all the juices and all the smoothies. Everything
Yeah.
is made from scratch. So you don't get any of the chemicals and fake stuff.
Okay. So I need to know then, how close are you to the 95? Like, how easy is it going to be for me to drive down the 95 when I'm going to visit my father-in-law in Tennessee and pop off the highway to come see you?
There's a 93, there's a 24. I have no idea.
Okay, sure. The 93. Let's do the 93.
93, then that would be like 20 minutes off.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's have a quick chat here about the redhead culture. What do you know? What don't you know? And what do you want to know? That's a loaded question. I'm not going to make you answer all those.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. So,
know people are interesting.
Yeah, you're a natural redhead.
Yeah. Well, I was a redhead, and then I'm Portuguese, so I'm not like the Irish or the traditional that you hear.
So cool.
So in our culture, like my parents are from there. That was my first language. I had to learn how to speak English. But in our culture, redhead was very frowned upon. And so when I was born and I have my red hair and I was 2 or 3 years old, and here's my, this golden red hair, my parents didn't like it.
Mhm.
And so they actually started coloring my hair blonde.
At how old?
At like, I think my youngest photo that I have with red hair might be 4. It was right before I got into school.
Okay.
And they started coloring my hair blonde.
Yeah.
And for, I would say from 4 to probably 18, I had my hair colored blonde forever. It
Wow.
was just, you're not allowed to be a redhead. You don't even worry about it. You're just now a blonde.
Yeah.
We don't want red hair in our family.
Right.
It was very interesting.
So
Yeah.
Can you recall at what age you kind of realized that I do have another natural hair color? Why am I changing my hair color all the time? Did you ever come to that point and go, huh?
Yeah, it was in middle school, because I would have to go to the hair salon every so many times, like within a month to 2 months, and get my roots done. So you couldn't even see my roots.
Right.
And I had waited a while between sports and everything. And I remember looking at my roots thinking, I like that color. Why don't we just keep that? Like, what is this? It's not blonde. It's not brown. What is this? And my mom sat me down. She goes, you can't. You have to get it colored blonde because your dad hates red.
Right.
Thinking, okay.
Yeah.
So when I was 18 and I moved out, I remember I colored it for a little while, and then I was like, you know what? It's time. And I just kind of let it go.
Yeah.
And it's so much nicer.
Right.
So much easier.
I bet. Well, so interesting thing in your situation, which I haven't heard of often in my conversations I've had with people, is that you kind of missed the years in school.
Yeah.
That potentially could have been, hard for you to handle, bullying because you had red hair, or being made fun of because you had red hair, but you never experienced any of that, at least in those years.
Yeah,
no. So when you decided to go at say 18 or 19 and say, I love this hair color. By that time, you're probably old enough to go, this is cool as shit. I really like it. So, and I don't really care what anybody else says.
Yeah.
Did you encounter anything after that? From friends,
family.
from your family?
Man, yeah.
They had a hard time with it still.
I'm 42 years old now, and they are, to this day, I mean, they're just like, so are you going to color it back to blonde? Oh, so, and I'm thinking, no, this is pretty much here to stay. This is who I am. And it was covered plenty. Now it's time for me to just be me.
Right.
But yeah, my dad, to this, I mean, every time he sees me, he'll just be like, so how long is this lasting? I'm like, okay, I started at 18. I'm 42 now. I don't think anything's changing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's not going to happen. Yeah. I'm 42.
It's not.
I mean, I'm on my own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My husband does. I mean, he loves my hair and he's
Right.
just like, nope, it matches the spunk. It goes
Right.
perfect. Yeah. Yeah. It took me a long time to learn, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? It takes us all a long time to learn some of these life
Yeah.
lessons that we wish we had when we were younger. We all have
Yeah.
stories for sure. Your posts, again, when I've gone through your account, there's just so many cool things out there that you're doing. So many great photos, so many great quotes. Um,
Yeah.
when did this all start? When did Instagram start for you? And why did you sort of say, hey, you know what, I'm going to do an Instagram? And lo and behold, you're at 48,000 followers now.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even remember. It's been a few years.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was just, I've always been a very positive person.
Yep.
No matter, well, in high school, I wasn't. Let me get that right.
Okay.
In high school, I was very depressed. I actually used to be a cutter. It was really bad. So getting older, my life changed. I met my husband, going to church, like just things changed in my life that I noticed. I love life.
Yeah.
I love it now. Now it's like I want to share that passion with
Yes.
everyone else, because I think you don't realize how many people are hurting out there. And sometimes they just need that little, I always say, speak love,
Yep.
speak life, let
Yep.
people know that they're not alone. And that's what I try to kind of do through my Instagram. I'm not selling anything. I think that's why I've accumulated so many more. I'm
Yep.
just kind of being me and just saying, listen, I have my struggles, I have my moments, but it's still beautiful out there. It's
Yep.
still a beautiful world. It's a beautiful life. Don't let situations or circumstances just bring you down.
Yeah. We share the same vision, 100% share the same vision. And I know you probably can't tell that right yet, but that's exactly how I feel in life. And it's when people say to you or to me or whomever, when you walk into a room, there's this light that comes in, right? And that's always been something that I've, whether that's just from how I was built, I don't know, but I certainly enjoy that. And I sense you're the exact same way. You walk into a room and it's like, there's this light, right?
Yeah.
So I usually try to end our conversation with a question. And the question is, and it might be a little deep, but maybe not. Now that I know you have a shop, so you go to your shop in the morning, a redhead walks in the door. They pick out a drink, they sit down by themselves, they look like they're having a rough day. You find out that they've been made fun of, say 2 hours earlier. It doesn't matter what their age. You notice it, you recognize it. What are you going to say to that redhead who's having a hard day?
I'm going to bring her over a 24 karat juice and say that it's time to be proud of who you are and that you were created exactly the way you are. So don't change anything about it. And people can go ahead and just live their life. Absolutely.
Yeah. Love it. 24.
That's 24K. Yeah. Well, that's the thing with my shop. Like the girls that I hire, when I interview them, I always let them know we have no idea what is happening outside of that shop.
Right.
So when somebody comes in, they could have lost a spouse, they could have had cancer, anything could happen, and they come in. And the thing is, when you come into my shop, you are going, just like my page, I think, you're going to be loved on. And so if I see someone especially if she's a redhead or he's a redhead, you better believe I'll sit right there and just say, like, listen, it's okay. You are absolutely beautiful. And I want people to see that. I want them to know that about themselves.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not surprised you would say that. Even over this 45 minutes, I'm not even surprised. Like, yeah, not at all. It's just natural for you to be like that. So you're a nurturing person.
The only obstacle you have is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be with your hair color, that can be with your life, that can be with anything. And you've
100%.
got to just be like, you know what do I have to lose? And if you do, like, if it doesn't go well, at least you did it.
Yep.
And there's no regrets.
Yep. I 100% agree. Couldn't agree more. That's great. I love that.
Exactly.
For sure. Awesome. Well, listen, I've had a great time here this afternoon. It's a beautiful day where you are by the looks of it. I heard some birds chirping in the background.
Yeah.
Same here. And it's always a better day when the sun is out. So I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, and this won't be the last time you hear from me. I promise you that. And we'll keep an eye on you on social, and you'll keep an eye on us on social, I'm sure too. And
Absolutely.
yeah, we'll certainly connect again, and I'll start doing some research on a drink for us.
Sounds good.
All
Sounds
right.
perfect.
Thanks, Melody.
All right.
Appreciate it. Have a great
Have
day.
a great day.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Authentic Stories on AGTV with Darren Roach. Visit us online at AuthenticGinger.com.